Today we're going to have a look at the daily challenge in mini motorways. This one sounds a little bit like a nice fun challenge, so we'll give it a go. So it's the challenge of the 20th of December. Half the number of road tiles are awarded each week, and bridges require double the amount of road tiles. So it looks like we are going to be on a permanent pinch with road tiles, so it sounds like a fun little challenge to give us. Let's see how we go. With the date of this one, I think this will possibly be one of the very last mini motorways videos that I do post this year. So I think as it is one of the last, I will say thank you to those that have watched my videos. It may surprise you that in July I had 800 followers, or subscribers rather, and then yeah, it exploded a little bit to the 12,500 or so that I've got at the time of recording this one. So it definitely, my channel did take a huge upturn this week, and it's thanks to people like you for watching my videos. Yeah, it's very humbling to have people just enjoy watching the way that I play and the way that I think and talk through levels like these. So hopefully see you in the new year, happy and healthier, and getting to travel again. Okay, so let's go tunnels first, because we are in this section in here that's going to need tunnels to sort of get us out a little bit. At least we've got enough room that we can get these greens here and without having to burrow through the mountain. Though that could always change. I mean, we could turn these two guys up, put them that way if we needed space in here for any reason. Now, can he cut through? He can. Trying to work out this, I'm not 100% on it. I think it's the case that the factories do operate the same as everyone else, in that if this connection is right here, then that's a driveway, it's not an intersection. So they won't slow down moving into this because of the way that that's set up. So similarly, we'll see how that works on this. Yeah, you can see that they will just sort of roll through. Okay. So we are certainly starting to overlap here. I suppose what we could do with these guys is run them through the mountain. Let's try that again. Take the traffic lights. Let's run these guys through the mountain up here. Well, about as close as we can. And again, I mean, this is a circular guy, so he's probably going to need those, but they will play auxiliary. Probably sit at home until otherwise needed. Now, I think that we'll leave that road system there for now, but what we'll have to do is just turn these two guys around. And luckily, our condition is that bridges cost twice as much and not tunnels, because there's probably a much more tunnel-heavy level. But I mean, we are so strapped for road that doing something like just leaving this here might be a luxury we can't afford. But yeah, if we start to grow exponentially. Okay, well, momentarily this guy here solved the problem that I had. Getting to here, and then instantly got a whole new problem created for me as this guy got built. One of the harsh lessons in why you sometimes want to build as quick as possible once you've got a favorable situation. Okay. Now we can't cut these guys through here. We could cut them sort of around here, I suppose. Is that going to make for a clunky little intersection here? I don't have any tunnels left. These two guys aren't currently being used, so what we might do is we'll pull that out. We might just make a... Sort of a connection like that. See what that thinks, if guys are going to slow down through this, or they'll just happily keep moving. And we'll see how this guy goes, because we can now get these guys to run down here and connect through up here if we need. But I hope that these aren't the long-term solution for operating this guy, and that we can turn them around and go back here. In the same way, I hope that we can possibly get some yellows over here or something, but I think normally red is what we'll find in this section up here on this level. Alright, Lewis, he's an easy fix. We might just get that guy to connect across too, since he's currently not being used. It means 3 houses for these 2 houses for that one, but both of them can shift back this way if we need. Definitely take the motorway. Probably the tunnel wouldn't have hurt either. Motorway now does give us the option that, say, these purple guys, we can just hop over the green routes to help out here. Actually, I'm going to leave this yellow line here, but what I've done is I've blocked this guy in, that he can't really swing out this way, but something like that was going to happen. Now, I guess the do here is we can burn into our money just to get around that. I was going to say what we should do is I should just build a piece of road here that is allowing green to swing around. Whether I can afford it or not is going to be the question. So we want to go... really don't want to claim this back, because I do think we get a lot of greenhouses here eventually. So I do think that I need this path here to be available for these guys to come back and help out on this guy. Basically we need that. So for now, this guy can just have direct highway route. They changed the colors of this? I don't remember that being green in dark mode previously. What we can do is that too, to mean that we can get at least 2 houses connected on this without having to spend any road on it. Alright, well that's not too bad a setup we've got here. So what we can do is we can have these 2 guys swing down like that. We can save all that road, connect him there. And then what we would want to do is have these 3 guys come up and connect to this point, possibly to this point, but I don't think that I could... I might be able to connect it into that edge. I'm not sure how that works. But also what we could do is we can get rid of that now. And we can... we'll wait for that to come back to us. Connect that there. Because now it doesn't matter if they cut across the face of that. Got 13 road, so we might be able to make it that. So purple now should be covered in this section, and again we're gonna have to use a highway to get these guys across. I suppose we can connect that guy with 1 road tile, but we don't really need to. He's more than covered. Okay, so it's not perfect, but probably as good as we can get for now. Neither of them is circular, which will be the main concern going forward. Okay, so now we're starting to get our greenhouses over here. The problem is we just don't have the road tiles to do anything with it. I realize every time I take a motorway, I'm only getting 5 road tiles, so that is certainly going to hurt. Now, what we would like is these guys to make the journey to here. So we'll take... So the 15 road tiles just doesn't feel like it's worth it. 5 road tiles to make that difference does not really sell me. So let's think about this. What we could do is we can try and see how we can go with 1, 2, 3. Close. But what we can then do is we can shift this guy that way, that one that way. Get rid of all that. Hopefully get this guy to come home, and then we can just connect up these guys. And it's possibly what we'll need to do is just get this guy to connect down. Now those 3 are going to have to stay on him, well, unless we can get around here. Okay, so what we'll now do is we'll, similar to the red setup, just get those guys to go help out with both. The more the merrier in this little weird hub. I mean, I realize what I should do is centralize these 2 points a bit more in the middle of them. Take the motorway, because at the least what we can do is we can claim a motorway to save road. So if we think that, say, this section here, we've put a motorway there, we can get all of that road back. It's not the worst thing in the world. The other thing that we can do is that we can get rid of that, and we can just run that straight through, and that saves us some... You can see how much road we're going to get back, because that's all double road, because we were using a bridge. So that should hopefully be helpful. We should need to keep an eye on this guy to see how he's doing. I suppose actually what we can do is this now. We can connect him that way. Then that guy can come up there. Now getting a little purple population here too. That we could possibly use to divide this guy from this one. And we want to get him across as well. So currently he was just being operated by that one yellow. Possibly a way we could set this up too, that this guy's isolated from that. What I kind of want to do here is just accrue a little bit of road tiles, I think. See if we can gain. That's a nice, not a bad placement actually. Since this guy's currently not really in danger, if he went circular, I might consider flipping these guys around, but that's the shortest distance to this guy that I think we'll be able to get. Okay. So, what do we want to do here? I suppose we can just now do that to get the 2 connected. I'd like to see a few more yellow houses. We do still have a motorway in play, and we are going into the new week, or it's still holding 10 road, so hopefully we're going to start to build our road a little bit. We don't need a bridge, but a roundabout might help. Okay, if we put a roundabout... Firstly, a roundabout will knock out pieces. So, to go, say, there, be good, because we'll gain some road back. And then put a little extension out there and move him to there. And then hopefully that means that they can sort of divide between those 2 points a little bit better. It's going to get a little bit worse for a moment while they figure this out. I mean, possibly as well, what we could do is just, now that we're getting this new section of red, we could just run these guys straight there. But we'll see how we go with them operating shared. Obviously, it's going to be at its worst point as everyone leaves the hub at this point, but you can see that these guys are only just leaving home now, so it's not too bad. This is probably my worst setup down there. Let's address this green guy. Let's give him those 2 houses for now. So what we can do here is we can do what I mentioned before. We can cut this short and all that road back. We can put this motorway from there to here. These 2 guys can cut in there and make that cut. And then these 2 guys can just go straight up that way. We need to straighten this road in some way. Now what that also means is we could actually have some of these guys just run into this road here, since they're basically going to just be sharing the load at that point. Okay, now that we definitely need a motorway for. So we do have some nice amount of road at this point. 23. So just concerned about this guy having to run through the other one, but we've got a lot of blue houses now. They don't really face the right way. This sort of back section actually are really designed for having a motorway operate them. Maybe I've jumped the gun on that. Let's get rid of that one, and we'll wait for that to hit, but get those guys all connected there. We've got to wait for, we'll sort of flick it around there for now to help them out. Got to wait for one of the 2 of these to turn to us. I've still got 1 tunnel. I might go the road tiles. I don't think I need the extra tunnel at this point. There's not a lot going on down here that needs tunnels. So let's knock those guys off, and we'll send these guys south. Run out of road tiles. Knock those out. There we go. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. We can make them just sort of swing a bit more that way. Then what we can do is we'll just give these guys back their old route. Now, let's put it there. We can have that extra guy connect to it too. And then we just need to wait for this highway to get going. It's certainly making me sweat it out. Why are they still using it? Are they going back and forth to try and figure out where their houses are? Oh, come on. It's done, right? Am I gonna have to cancel this green one just so that I can actually have a motorway? Just need someone to stop using something. Come on. Oh. They're still using it. Savage. I think they were going all the way from, I think what they were doing is they were traveling from, if we go to back to the picture, I think what they were doing is that guys up here had gone to this building, and because I'd cut the road, what they were doing was they were coming all the way back up to here, taking the highway over here, and then coming back along there or something. Oh boy. It's a real bummer of one. And that is why you can't leave it too late to, I guess, do anything in this game, because that one was savage. But alright, there we go. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Till next time, catch you later. See ya.